In this video, we're gonna install the Ford Performance exhaust on our 2013 Ford ST, and we're gonna show you how to do it. The first step is to go ahead and use some penetrating oil on the bolts. You're gonna do both sides and let that sit there for about 10 minutes. All right, the next step is you're gonna need a reciprocating saw, and I've got a corded one, and they're expensive, so I found one on Facebook Marketplace, which worked out, but we bought a brand new attachment. And this is a 14 TPI. Based on my research, you need anywhere from 14 to 18. And TPI is gonna be the length of the distance or the difference in the teeth. And as you can see, this has metal pictures on it, and this is designed to cut metal. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna wanna cut the exhaust because it's one piece on the OEM exhaust, and to get it off. All right. And guys, before you think I'm crazy, the instructions say you have to cut the exhaust because it came as one piece. The OEM factory exhaust is one piece, and you can't remove it unless you remove some suspension components. So everyone cuts it, and the instructions from Ford Racing say to cut it as well. All right, guys, if you look at the exhaust, I'm actually gonna cut it right here at this portion where this bend is at. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we're gonna take off this exhaust, but what I do is I get some soapy water and I spray it inside here. And I do have a jack underneath here, a jack stand. Let's see if we could get it even higher. Right there. All right, we got one off. All right, on my 2013, we have a hanger bushing right here. It's kind of a sneaky little area. Make sure you get that off. So there's 3 bushings for this side of the exhaust. Okay, where we cut it at originally, we're having a hard time removing the exhaust. So we're gonna cut it right here as well, just to make it easy for us. All right, we got that cut out, and we should be able to remove the exhaust now. I've got it on a jack. And our exhaust is out. Woo-hoo. All right, now we're gonna get this piece out. So we got this piece out. It was kind of a pain, but one of the heat shields was flexible. This one over here, and I just kind of maneuvered this out of it and got it out. All right, we have some more bushings we need to remove to get this pipe out, and we have a brace, and then this one will come out. And now we're gonna take off this brace, but no, as you take off this brace, this is gonna fall. All right, now it's time for us to put this pipe on. And I got a new gasket because I thought that would just be a smarter idea. All right, we've got our gasket in there. And then we're gonna put the pipe up. Okay, so we have our hardware installed, but if you run down here, we installed this part right here too, the brace backing there, and we used some of the foam that we got from the packing to kind of hold it up. And now we're gonna go ahead and tighten down the bolts. Now it's time to put the AccuSeal clamps on, and if you read the instructions, you need to torque them down, but you also need to make sure that the clamping part with the bolt does not sit over those grooves or slots in the exhaust. So putting the exhaust together is actually pretty easy at this point. Just make sure that you pay attention to that detail. About 35 foot-pounds, and you definitely don't want to tighten the clamp where the nut and bolt is over the little slits. Boom. Routing this section was a pain in the butt. What we had to do is attack it from certain angles because the hanger part was getting caught and it was pretty difficult. So pretty much what we did is we went from a down angle and then we turned it, and it was a little tough. So if you have trouble navigating this pipe, you're not alone. I just had to go at different angles. And then the back part as well, that was pretty straightforward. The only thing is that clamp is a little awkward to get to, but we just made sure that we tightened it and it wasn't over the groove part, and we did it. All right, guys, the exhaust is installed, and this was a pain. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me tell you why. Because your clamps, let's go over here. All right, so first off, you have your bushing there, but then your clamp is over here. Let's see if I can show you. It's over there. Let's see. And that is a pain to tighten down and then navigate through this, but we did it. So we've got everything tightened up, and now it's time to turn on the car. All right, guys. This is such a huge improvement, and I love that Ford did an awesome job with keeping it civil, meaning there's no drone or anything like that, but when you get on it, it's a ton of fun. All right, guys, let's show you. And this is how it sounded with a stock exhaust. Back, and I can tell you that the exhaust sounds way better than it does in the video. I had the mic placed right here, and I'm thinking that it was just getting blown out when it was getting at the higher RPM, but I can tell you that it sounds so good, and we're so happy with it. All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. If this helped you, hit the like button, and also check out our Ford Focus ST playlist. We have a lot more videos, and again, hit that like button. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you later.